Along the crest of California's most formidable mountain range lives a subspecies of large native animal that was nearly lost to extinction. For centuries, the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep lived in these steep mountains, migrating up and down the slopes with the changing seasons. In the 1800s, as European man progressed westward, herds of domestic sheep and the diseases they brought with them nearly wiped out the bighorn, with the population in the Sierras falling to just over 100 animals. In 1999, the federal government emergency listed the Sierra bighorn as an endangered species, and a formal recovery plan was implemented with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife as the lead agency.
The recovery goals are based primarily on ewes, adult females. And the goal for recovery is 305 adult females distributed amongst 12 herd units, and those herd units were historical habitat.
In March 2014, the department, along with several other agencies and volunteers, undertook the ambitious task of creating not only a new small herd of sheep, but moving them over the mountains to a national park where bighorn have been absent for more than a century.
Back in the 1980s, when the department was doing reintroductions here on the east side, they thought within a year or two they'd be able to go over there and get that reintroduction done, and then the population declined, and it's taken 25 years to get back to build this population back to the point where we could actually try to get these reintroductions completed and try to get this animal off the endangered species list.
The bighorn going to Big Arroyo were captured by helicopter and brought back to a handling site where a team of veterinarians, biologists, and volunteers gave them a medical check, took measurements, samples, and even a pregnancy test before readying them for transport. What makes this effort different and much more challenging than previous translocation efforts was the roadless distance between the capture and the release points that necessitated a helicopter. Since the recovery effort began in 1999, the National Park Service has sought to reintroduce bighorn to the heart of Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park, but it was hampered by logistics and the availability of source stock. Until now.
It's a tremendous milestone yesterday in getting these animals were along the Kern River. It's the Big Arroyo herd unit. It's an entirely new recovery unit. It's a recovery unit that Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks have wanted reoccupied for 30 years.
Moving bighorn 95 miles and over 11,000-foot peaks takes years of science and planning. Biologists take into account current population sizes, available habitat, and how to safely transport bighorn from their homes on the eastern side to their new homes in the historical habitat on the western slopes of the Sierras. It's a tremendous effort that is supported by dozens of state and federal employees, as well as volunteers from across the state that donate their time to assist in this important conservation effort.
And it really lifts your heart. It brings you back into focus with nature, and that's an important thing for everybody's life. It's part of the recreation thing that we need to keep us going in our jobs and our school work.
This initial 14 animals makes the 11th herd in the recovery area for this endangered species. 2 additional herd units are currently needed to meet the recovery goals for this majestic creature. Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep are an essential element of the vast wilderness that includes the highest peaks in the contiguous United States. Current efforts not only will recover a species to its former range, but will also restore an ecosystem that is unique to California. In Bishop, California, I'm Public Information Officer Andrew Hewen.